The lights were just beginning to cool in Las Vegas, but the basketball world was already on fire. The 2025 NBA Summer League was supposed to be business as usual. A quick peek at some rookies, a few flashes of potential, and a forgettable parade of second-round hopefuls. But that all changed the moment Malik Rivers stepped onto the court. Nobody saw him coming. Literally, he wasn't a lottery pick. He wasn't even projected in the first round, out of Howard University, a historically black college that rarely gets primetime draft attention. Malik was selected 43rd overall by the Indiana Pacers, who themselves weren't exactly headline material lately. The analysts called it a depth pick. Scouts said he was undersized. The commentary said he might spend the year in the G League. What they couldn't say, was that Malik Rivers would send tremors through the league just days after stepping on an NBA court. It started with a 38-point performance in his Summer League debut, not unheard of but rare. Then came the 12 assists and 7 steals in the second game. A fluke? Possibly. But when he dropped 41 points, including 9 for 12 from three-point range against the Bulls' summer squad in Game 3, something changed. Social media exploded. Every highlight was being dissected. Slow-mo clips of his step back were getting millions of views. NBA veterans started tweeting things like, "This kid is serious." Players were FaceTiming trainers asking, "Who's guarding him next?" Suddenly, it wasn't a Summer League sideshow. It was a warning. By the end of the Vegas run, Rivers had posted a Summer League record, 179 total points over 5 games, with 40-plus in 3 of them. And it wasn't just scoring, it was how he played. A 6'1" point guard, with a wingspan that didn't make sense and court vision that made defenders look lost. He wasn't fast, he was sudden. He wasn't flashy, he was efficient. His crossover reminded people of AI, his composure of Chris Paul, and his competitive rage of prime Dame Lillard. But more than anything, it was the feel. He played like he'd been in the league for a decade and had come back with a grudge. NBA insiders began whispering, could Malik be the real thing? Was this the next Ja Morant-style breakout, or something bigger? The comparisons started pouring in. More polished than Derrick Rose as a rookie, one scout said. Plays like a 10-year vet, said another GM off the record. Suddenly, that 43rd pick wasn't just a steal, it was a potential franchise resurrection. But the real twist didn't come until training camp. Word leaked that the Pacers, yes, the same Pacers who had just barely made the playoffs last year, were fielding trade calls about their starting point guard, Tyrese Haliburton. What? Haliburton had just signed a massive extension, was the team's undisputed floor general, and had made the All-Star team twice. But Malik had made the front office rethink the entire future. They weren't shopping Haliburton because he wasn't good. They were shopping him because Rivers looked better. In closed-door scrimmages, Rivers was reportedly outplaying the entire starting unit. Coaches were baffled. "We've never seen someone acclimate this fast," said a Pacers assistant anonymously. The GM, publicly, was tight-lipped. But reporters caught Rivers arriving at the facility every day at 5:30 AY. Theme? First in, last out, always watching film, always improving. He even told a beat reporter, "I'm not here to play behind anyone. I respect Ty, but I came to lead." That's when the NBA really started to panic. If Indiana traded Haliburton and built around a rookie, that would be unprecedented. But then came another curveball. The Lakers, reeling from LeBron's rumored retirement, were one of the teams linked in the Haliburton sweepstakes. Imagine this. Malik Rivers becomes the face of the Pacers, and Haliburton ends up in LA alongside Anthony Davis and a batch of new free agents. Suddenly, 2 teams get reborn, one around an unexpected hero, one around a star looking for spotlight. But while trade talks lingered, Rivers kept climbing. In the preseason opener, broadcasted nationally just to see what all the hype was about, he torched the Cavaliers for 34 points, 11 assists, and 6 steals in 28 minutes. The arena chanted his name. The commentators couldn't hide their shock. "This kid might be him," said JJ Redick during the live ESPN broadcast. Kevin Garnett went nuclear on his podcast, saying, "That boy ain't playing no rookie ball. That man's a problem." Then came the fans. Jerseys sold out. Shoe companies scrambled. Rumors swirled that Nike, Adidas, and Puma all offered him deals before he played an official NBA game. And then came the most shocking twist of all. 2 days before the season started, the Indiana Pacers released a statement. Malik Rivers would start at point guard. Tyrese Haliburton had been traded to the Lakers in a blockbuster 5-team deal. The future was now, and it had Malik's fingerprints all over it. The league is still catching its breath. Think about what just happened. A 43rd pick from a mid-Sajor school just forced an All-Star off his own team, broke scoring records, shattered Summer League expectations, and became a franchise cornerstone, all within 3 months. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody was prepared. But that's the thing about NBA greatness. It doesn't knock politely. It kicks the door in. Now Rivers faces the real test, the regular season, the physicality, the 82-game grind. Can he hold up? Can he adapt? Was this just a flash, or the start of a new dynasty? One thing's for sure, the league is watching. Every arena he visits will sell out. Every possession he plays will be filmed, clipped, and dissected by fans, analysts, and rival GMs looking for a way to slow him down. But Malik Rivers doesn't seem worried. In a recent interview, when asked if the hype was too much pressure, he smiled and said, "Pressure? I've been under pressure since I picked up a ball. This ain't new, this is what I do." And if he keeps doing what he's been doing, the NBA might have just met its newest nightmare. If you thought the 2025 NBA season was going to be about veterans and dynasties, think again. A new era is here. His name is Malik Rivers. Stay tuned, subscribe, and don't blink, or you might miss the birth of a legend.